I'm Julie Bernard. This is my colleague.
I'm Joe Tobolsky.
And we're here to talk to you about CyberSphere. We've spent quite a bit of time and energy and effort with our friends at AWS building some Lego blocks, if you will, predefined and ready to go for our clients and customers. So we're here to talk to you a little bit about that today. I want to start out with a bit of a what-if moment. And I do a lot of CISO transition labs as people enter their new role as a Chief Information Security Officer. There's a lot of things for them to think about. And this circle, or sphere, if you will, is all of the things they have to think about. Yes, it's the tasks and activities of the day-to-day. It is the identity management system that's breaking down over here, or the compliance requirements that we didn't quite meet, and the issues that you have to deal with on the aftermath of that. Of course, it's the threat actors. And then there's all of the stakeholder management. Your IT departments, your compliance departments, your HR, finance, etc. And then, thank you to the SEC and others, you get to board level conversations. And so your time is spent in all of this circle. What if somebody could make it easier? This is our blatant marketing page. All of that goes away, and Deloitte is your answer. But Deloitte is really not your answer, not by ourselves. So with that, we're going to spend just a minute or two tap dancing and let you see a video. Not there. So Joe, driving an outcome of simplicity is really actually hard work.
Yes. So
Can you tell us how do we make that magic happen?
awesome. Well, we're developing a couple different things in CyberSphere. At the core platform, we developed a data model and a set of repository for data that we can ingest client data and our own data, on which we can build some advanced analytical models, everywhere from very advanced AI to automation and other analytics. We're pulling in a significant amount of data, running some very unique analytics to do things like zero-day threat detection, lateral movement detection, ransomware detection, which allows us to serve our clients in a much more efficient way. Keep on going here. So, our thesis here, our value proposition is any one client might be seeing some pretty interesting data, and they might be doing some very interesting things with cyber with that data, but by bringing together data from clients across industries, across geographies, across different sizes, we can see patterns in threat actors' movements, we can see patterns in how novel attacks are happening, and we can see patterns that any one company working on their own would not be able to see. So the power of CyberSphere is taking all this data, again, running it through some of our proprietary analytics, and being able to secure all of our clients more effectively, rather than just trying to do it one client at a time.
So Joe, as I think about what you just said, I mean, we have a number of MSSPs that we're out in the market, competing against, and the way they are currently doing a lot of this work is like popping their head up over the cube, saying, "I'm seeing this over here at this client," and maybe somebody over here might be catching that and looking for the telemetries in their other client systems. Are you saying that we actually automated all of this?
Yeah, precisely, Julie. So our idea is to do a couple things, is to make sure that our operators are being more efficient and more effective with their time. In the past, we've had operators that specialize in one, maybe two of our solutions. And the idea is to allow those operators to be proficient across all of our cyber solutions. But then to deploy automation powered by AI to allow those operators to do more with less. To be able to not only understand that something's going on, but then get next best action and use some of the generative AI capabilities that we're building to actually level up all of our operators so they can do more than they would have been able to do in the first place. So it is a little bit of automation. It's powered by AI. It's also trying to just level up our workforce so that we can protect our clients better.
Great.
So you want me to go and actually tell you people how we're doing this, right?
Yeah, I do. We got to have the architecture picture.
We do need the obligatory architecture slide, and this is very much high level because they threatened me if I got much more detailed than this. But essentially, this is what CyberSphere looks like. There's some major components to it in the green boxes. At the core of it is this sort of centralized data repository that we built out. Now, because we're dealing with client data, because we have clients in many different industries, all of which have their own unique data, we have spent a lot of time and effort making sure that that data is anonymized, is protected, that we can secure unauthorized access today, even through our own people. Our own AI and ML teams cannot look at that data natively. So we've built these core services that both store the data, allow us to connect different tooling into that data and provide new data sources and orchestrate the movement of that data around. It's built in a multi-tenant model right now, as you might expect, but it's both physical and logical segregation from a tenancy perspective. Then we've got another analytical services that are built on top of that data model, both inference and the data pipeline that support that. There's a couple different styles of models that we've developed out of the gate. Some that are more real-time, so they're running continuously and checking for threat actors, and some that are a little bit more batch-like. Up there in the upper right-hand corner are some of the cyber solutions that we already offer in Marketplace, our managed detect and response service, digital identity, continuous threat exposure management, managed SASE, and incident response. These are the initial launch services that we're providing right now. There'll be more coming out. These are mostly our operate services. And in the upcoming year, we're going to be releasing more advise and implement services. And then slightly off to the side there, but the UI portal, since we've developed a lot of these services over the years, they look and feel slightly different. So if you looked at MXDR versus DI, they might look a little different to you. So we're bringing them all under a common UI, which sort of, from a usability perspective, increases efficiency, but also our operators only have to be in one place at any given time. And as we build new solutions over the course of the next couple of years, we'll be able to build them on top of this platform, have a native UI to build them into, and then again, our operators will be able to learn those new solutions and level up from their skills perspective.
So for example, Joe, in a next life, I could see an application security module in here, or perhaps something more on the third parties that we saw on that first page get added to this list over time. Absolutely. We are on the roadmap right now is things like operational technology for manufacturing. We are talking about AppSec, as you mentioned, how we build applications more securely. AppSec tends to refer to more things like Oracle and SAP, but any custom build applications and how to manage that. We've got some interesting stuff coming along around quantum cryptography, safety, and managing in a post-quantum world, all of which will be built on top of CyberSphere, which is pretty cool stuff.
So some obligatory screenshots. I'm not brave enough to do a live demo and a lightning session. Maybe some people are, but I'm not. But it shows some of the things you see in our MXDR, how that would look to an operator, some of the reports. This is all going live on July 17th, so we're a little bit ahead of the game right now in terms of showing stuff, but on July 17th we'll be going GA with this technology.
And here is another, one of those obligatory slides of many of the ISVs, and we continue to investigate the next round of ISVs along with the roadmap Joe was talking about earlier, to try to find the best options at a price point where even some of our smaller clients and some of the folks that are not necessarily natively US or American can afford. So we look at that cost value proposition as we're building out the additional technologies.
Yeah, it's a very interesting point because what works in the US market doesn't necessarily work in the Canadian market or
Europe,
LATAM.
South America, right.
So, and there's obviously the different regulatory regimes, different data privacy and data sovereignty rules that we have to deal with. So the platform itself is made to be able to basically work with anybody. It's a highly flexible architecture. The team has done a pretty amazing job at being able to set things up so that we can plug things in pretty effectively. So we're not married to any one particular vendor. We like working with everybody, and we've got some very interesting things going on with these technology partners of ours.
And of course, there's been none other better partner than AWS on this. So.
Yeah, the most of what you saw on that architecture slide is being built on AWS right now. We're making very heavy use of almost every service I think that AWS provides. So it's been a very good partnership with AWS as we're building this thing out.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you.
Thank you very much.